everybody a few minutes silence, please. Good evening, everybody. And I want to welcome everybody this evening here to Rosedallas as we celebrate Seamus MacDonald's 40 years of uninterrupted service. And more importantly, 8 successful elections. At the same time, I want to congratulate Mark Dunn, Wesley Walsh on the tremendous job they've done putting these premises together. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. Everything is so well done and people appreciate the effort that they made here. Thank Niamh McIntyre for the work she has done by way of providing food. The Balwilly Bracken also from Cllr will provide music, hopefully, till the early hours. And Tommy Smeaton is acting on video. So, well, happy to from you. So anyway, before we start, I want to welcome everybody, and everybody is here from all political parties throughout the county. And somebody mentioned a few minutes ago as I came in, we'll be here all night listening to politicians. Well, we won't. Tommy Tynan from Clonaslee is our hatchet man, and he'll be cutting lads fairly short if it's going on for too long. In the meantime, I want to pay a special tribute to our main speaker this evening, our guest of honour, former Taoiseach Brian Cowan.
Yes, you're here.
And of the 1985 council group, I want to welcome Billy Mansfield from Downey, Eddie Curran, of course, from Mountgrass, and Willie Earl will be along lately, and apologies from other members of that group. And to welcome the current group of councillors who have served with Seamus since '85. I want to welcome John King from Downey, Ollie Clooney from Durrow, John Joe Fenley from Abbey Leaks, Paddy Bracken from Mountmellick, and I expect the rest of the team will be here also. Now, it's not a political night, but at the same time I want to recognise other councillors. Tom Jacob, along with Brendan Phelan, joined also by Teresa O'Hare, Tom Nolan from across the border in Offaly, and many more that I'll come back in with later on. There's no point boring you within the first 5 minutes. But just in case I've forgotten, I was reminded by the former Taoiseach. Donny Cassidy of Foster and Allen has also made an appearance. Also former leader of the Senate, no less. And of course, as you referred to in our time, the Cllr League of the Senate has landed, Pat Milan from Offaly. As well, of course, as David Wilson from Cavan. So, we're making a promise, a lot of politicians, very little talk. Politicians know that we want to keep this as tight as we possibly can. So I want to give a round of applause, please, to our Chairman of Laois County Council, Barry Walsh. Thank you, Barry.
Thanks very much, John. I also want to echo what John said. I'm delighted. I'm from a rural area. I'm delighted to see Rosedallas having a pub back open again. The GEA and a pub and having a central location for rural areas is hugely important. I'd also liken Rosedallas to a similar area to my own in Ballyrone. A hugely popular GEA area, a driven area, hugely loyal to their own. So, look, well done, and I'm delighted to see this, so I'll move on to the man at the moment. Fellow public representatives, Director of Services, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends of Councillor MacDonald. Former TD and Taoiseach, Mr. Brian Cowan, former TD, John Maloney, I believe current Deputy Sean Fleming is here, and Willie Aird, I'm not sure whether he's here either. All fellow public representatives, and any apologies if I've forgotten anyone. It gives me great pleasure as Cahir Look of Cllr County Laois to welcome to the chamber, to welcome you here in honour of Seamus MacDonald and recognising a career of over 40 years, a hugely significant moment. Elected Laois County Council in June of 1985, you hold the title of the longest serving elected member of Laois County Council. This is a tremendous milestone in your career. You've fought in over 9 local elections during this 40 years of local government. You've retained your seat consistently over 9 local elections. This is an exemplary record and is a testament to the esteem that your constituents and your community hold you in. Like I said, loyal as sin. You've played a key role in this council and I've seen many changes over these years, and in particular I would like to acknowledge your great support of your own area in the Borris Mount Mellick Municipal District and indeed your home village of Rosenallis.
Bit of order,
Folks, please, a bit of quietness, please, for the speaker. Please, only a few minutes, please.
won't hold you.
Not much left, lads. Hold on one sec, just for a second. You served on the Mount Mellick Town Commission and Town Council, and later years in the Borris Mount Mellick Municipal District, and have also served on many committees of the council. You're also chairman of the local Authority Members Association, also known as LAMA. The above is just a whistle-stop tour of your career with Laois County Council, and it's only right and fitting that your services have been acknowledged here today. On behalf of the management staff and local representatives of Laois County Council, I wish to take this opportunity to thank you for your contribution, your dedication to Laois County Council over a period of time, and I look forward to working well with you in the future. On a personal level, I've always found you to be a gentleman, and I always want to carry out my business. I watch you. You're a man of great honour, and I'm delighted to be working with you, and hope that will be for many years to come. Gord Míle Maith Govs.
Well done, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Much appreciated. We now want to welcome also former Councillor Jimmy Daly from Timahoe, and the youngest lad in the Dáil, Deputy Willie Aird from Port Leisha. So it gives me great pleasure to call on next Deputy Sean Fleming.
Howdy folks, Sean Fleming here. Can you hear me at all down at the back? Hands up if you can hear me. Oh, right. There's good crack going on down there, and that's what we're all here for. But just give us a couple of minutes for respect for Seamus, so we can just get the few words over, and you can drink until tomorrow morning after that. We'll give Seamus a few minutes in terms of listening to what some of his colleagues have said. The first thing I have to say, and I'm delighted to be asked here, and of course why wouldn't we be here in Fianna Fáil, but we have all his friends from outside of Fianna Fáil here as well. It's not a party political event, and what I have to say, the one word you're going to hear every single speaker mention tonight is the word gentleman. Seamus is a gentleman, he always was, and so are his family. And anybody who knows Seamus, that word immediately springs to mind. Now, I was fortunate or unfortunate to get only 3 years on the county council with Seamus back in the day, and a thing called the dual mandate took us TDs off the council. There might have been a good idea, but it wasn't all a good idea, but it's good. But when you have good councillors working with your office members, you'll get great results. All I have to say is, enjoy the night. He has more friends than anyone I know. I have never in my life met anyone with a bad word to say about Seamus. And if anyone has a bad word, you're the problem, not Seamus. I want to tell you straight. So not to keep you too long, I'm just going to wish Seamus many years to come and a healthy, happy life ahead of him, and to all his family. And I'm going to shut up now so the next speaker can come in behind me. Thank you.
Well done. Thanks very much, Sean. Also to welcome Councillor Pádraig Fleming, Councillor Eddie Fitzpatrick from Offaly, Barry Cowan in from Europe, and Willie Aird. If he could try and make his way up this way, we might be able to get a word or two out of Willie. Bit unlikely, I guess. What do you think? Okay, I want to introduce now. No, I shouldn't use the word introduce. I want you all to welcome Donny Cassidy. Donny is representing the Oireachtas members, past, present and future.
Thanks very much, Johnny. Well, as Vice President of the National Executive, it gives me a great pleasure to be here tonight and congratulate Seamus. And just roll back who the 14 were with Seamus when he got his seat first. Seamus and I was elected the same day. I was elected in Westmeath, he was elected here with you in County Laois. The councillors that day that took control for the first time since the state was founded were Liam Hyland, Eddie Kerwin, Fintan Phelan, Ray Cribben, Michael Nerney, James Cooney, Mary Wheatley, the First Lady member of the council at the time, the great Marty Rohan, who we all loved and worked with for so long, Joe Dunn, John Hosey, Jerry Lodge, Joe Dignan, Johnny Maloney, and the man himself, Seamus MacDonald. They were the 14 that took the 50% of the vote way back. All I can say is, Seamus MacDonald has been a great friend. He's been a loyal, decent man. And anyone that ever had anything to do with Seamus MacDonald could only speak of the gentleman that he was, that Sean has said. It's wonderful to be here to celebrate tonight 40 years of service to the public. It speaks volumes for you people in the area who on the 9 occasions have re-elected this man. This man always got elected. Very few of us could say that. But anyway, Seamus, health, happiness in the future. It's wonderful to be here with Brian, with Johnny Maloney, here. Johnny goes back a long way with us all, and back in 1980 we met first. We were always together on the Midland Health Board, Laois Offaly, Longford and Westmeath. We always stayed together, and it always helped us all to get elected to the Senate. So Seamus, thank you very much. I enjoyed the night.
Thanks, Tony. If I could maybe get Willie here and Barry Count to move up very quickly. People Rose Douglas don't want long speeches, so we have to be very quick. So if Willie here, it's about...
No ice.
No, he's not. Okay. Okay, Barry. We're going through it now. Willie, you stop shaking hands, the election's 4 years ago.
And we just want to congratulate Seamus tonight. Seamus elected in 1985, and the two of us went in the one day. I've been on the town commission, but both were elected in 85. And there's only, as far as I know, there's only three, yourself, and Seamus, that was there in 1985. You would come in instead of your father in 82, isn't that correct?
81.
81, oh Jesus. I went through it straight away. And I would just like, but before I forget, I was talking to a person the day before yesterday, a very good friend of Seamus said he'd love to be here tonight, Cllr, but he can't be here. And he often said, he just told me to wish you well, and he told me to say the two of you often had a little small one together. That's all he said, and I want to convey that to you. But I just want to say that Seamus, like everyone said, there was only one thing with Seamus. If you wanted to stay in his good books, if you were chair of the council, you had to have the dinner at 1 o'clock. If you didn't, you get an eating from him. That's all I can say. But I just want to say, he was a thorough gentleman, and believe it or not, and I just said, think it on the way over, John, I just said I'd say it. He's 6 monthly out, not once a year, but twice a year. Himself, Jerry Lodge and Kathleen O'Brien on the council would go to Dublin and go in and meet you or meet Brian at the door. And I just want to say, it was a lovely thing to see the three of them so great. So just well done and congratulations, Seamus.
Great, that way. Okay, Barry. Oh, Mr. Bush is leaving very short, we had to give him over. Barry Count, folks.
Thanks, Sean. I don't say too much, only as from a neighbouring county to show our appreciation to Seamus's career, to his dedication, to his commitment, to the respect he has obviously garnered across his electoral area and throughout Laois and indeed throughout the Midlands and in the country, because he's well renowned and well liked and well thought of throughout the country by councillors, one and all. But anybody who can win, 8 elections? 9. You're not doing anything too wrong, I don't think. So that in itself is testament to your success and to your standing here in the community. And I want to thank you from my perspective and anyone else that's here from Offaly for the help and assistance you gave us when we were in a adjoining constituency and the one constituency, but obviously for the respect you garner for Fianna Fáil especially, and the good name you give it by virtue of your commitment and your dedication and your representation. And long live and many more years in the council if you can, if you can at all.
Thank you, Barry.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Barry. Now, folks, we're nearly halfway there. So I'm going to ask Deputy Brian Stanley to be making his way up here. And William Delaney, a few words from William. William Delaney. Okay, Brian. Okay, folks. Brian Stanley.
Thanks very much for the invite and Cllr support, Seamus.
Please, folks.
On an absolutely,
Few more minutes, quiet, please.
so Cllr support to Seamus on an absolutely fantastic career, getting elected in successive elections since 1984, I think, Seamus. I always found Seamus to be very cooperative on the council, and on a couple of times, you know, when we're all in different parties and different political allegiances, there's a couple of times I had to contact Seamus about something locally, and I always found him to be very honourable, very straightforward, and when you meet him on socials, he was very, very same. So I just want to wish Seamus and Lucy all the best in the future. I want to wish you all the best in the future. Many more years of good service, Seamus. The last time you were saying you might go, then you did go. I knew you'd go. There was another. I knew there was at least another term in you, and I would think maybe it's even go another term even after this one. But you provided great service here, and the true sign of that is that a man or woman that gets elected in successive elections each time, without failure, he got elected here from this municipal district, and the people of this area, Cllr and Rosemalice and all around this side, and back over into Commons. And near,
Folks, please, just for 5 more minutes.
right down into the Mount Trat area, over to Drim. I know you got votes over Drim and everywhere over the years, Seamus, but this is well done. It's a well-deserved night, and it's great to be here in Manry. Thanks, John, for the invitation. You know, I'm very, very honoured to come here. Myself and Caroline, and good wishes to myself and Caroline.
Thank you, Brian. Final furlong, folks, final furlong. William Delaney for the Cullinall.
Thank you, folks. You'll be glad to know I'm the palate cleanser after all the deputies, so I'll try to wipe the slate clean. Look, on behalf of the CDC, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, and I'd like to thank Seamus for his service all down the years. I think it's very clear for anyone that drove up here tonight to see the hard work that Seamus has put in over 40 years into Rosemalice and into this locality. You won't get elected unless you have a strong community behind you. And a strong community can't do anything without a good councillor as well. And I think for anyone that's been up here tonight and seen this bar, seen this community, seen everybody coming out, it's very clear that Seamus has put in the hard work over the years. Nationally, I think anyone that has come around this neck of the woods, I think especially with the Sleeve Bloom Association, Seamus has done an awful lot of work, and I think that needs to be recognised, because not only locally, anyone that comes to Laois, anyone that enjoys walking in the outdoors, can thank the work of the locality around here, and especially Seamus, for keeping the Midlands and keeping the Sleeve Blooms key to what it means to be around here. So just on behalf of the CDC, I'd like to thank you for your service, and I'd like to thank John for organising everything here tonight.
Well done. Now, folks in the back row, we're just reaching Beecher's group. We're just about there. So, it's with great pleasure we now call on our guest of honour, Brian Cowan, who will say not just a few words, but hopefully many words. Come as far as the student, if you want to. What do you? Come on. Yeah, that's the one you're in.
People are pushing against you there. You have to stand up, stand up. You're behind Seamus.
Tom, I'm going to let Brian just stand at the back of your stool, Tom. Brian doesn't want to just hold on to your stool.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Take your time, take your time. I will, yeah. I hold the mic. Are you?
Now this doesn't look too good. John as chairman and deputy Sean and Willie and
Brian, Barry, as the MEP, and all the councillors. When you go to something like this, and there's a huge crowd here tonight, things get a little bit unmanageable. And that's a great amount of credit you can give for that. You can give to the man himself, Seamus, because there is no more popular or well thought of individual that I know of in this area than Seamus MacDonald, from people of all political associations. Because he never, if you like, once the contest is over and the swords return to their scabbards, as they say, Seamus will look after everyone who has any problems or difficulties in his area, regardless of who they were for or who they were with during the campaign. That's a sign of his maturity, and it's a sign of how well liked and how well respected he is, that he can think that way and act that way once the election is over. Now, as regards before and during an election, things might be a little bit different. It's true to say that if you contest nine elections and be able to stand in front of the people and be re-elected 9 times, what you have to say at that stage is, I don't think the people have made a mistake. There's a good chance that they might like the fella. And as I know, Seamus keeps very well in touch with his locality. You might get him in Hickeys. He spends two nights a week. That means that's at the clinic there 2 nights a week, if any of you want them. Now, he doesn't go around shouting about it, but if you need anything, apart from your rounder and he's there available, he might call into Maloney's on another sort of a night that it might be another part of the week. And of course, now that Rosenalice has got a beautiful premises here, and we wish the very best of luck with the owners and all that's going on. He'll be holding a clinic here. It's very short. He'll be given very short notice because he's a very busy man. He'll go on all over this. But the reality is this, that you can talk all you like tonight about Seamus MacDonald. The one thing I can say about him is he's a sound man. And there are very few people you can say that about nowadays. A sound man in the sense that he stands by the people he's representing. He's as true a Fianna Fáil man as there is in this or any other county. But he has a lovely approach to politics generally. And that's being able to see the humour, the crack, as well as the serious side of the business. And it's great that someone like Seamus can demonstrate that to all and sundry without fear or favour to anyone. So I just want to join all his colleagues who have spoken here already to say that we're delighted to be here tonight. A huge crowd is just the demonstration of the esteem and respect in which he is held. And it's not just the people in this area, but there are people here from all parts of Laois, and there are a few from Offaly who come in here now and again if they can get away with it. But in fairness to Seamus, he's always provided his preferences for Laois candidates as is proper. But we thank him very much for all his work We thank him for leading the organisation here with great credibility and great honesty and great integrity. And doing so without a big hullabaloo about it either. Don't be making a big deal out of it. He's one of the best. He's a sound man. He will remain a very well-respected member of our community. And Fianna Fáil have been very lucky to have him for the last 40 years. And can I say to him, don't run away too fast now. You're only 40 years ahead. There's another 10 or 15 there, no problem. So thanks very much. The very best of luck, Seamus. On the best.
Thanks very much, Brian. I'm now going to call on Daniel McAvoy, a member of the Rosenana's Common. His people, Paddy, Joe, all the McAvoys were there from the beginning of time, including me. And before I ask him to do that, I'm going to read out two quick letters. One's from the Taoiseach. He asked me to read this out this evening. Dear Seamus, I write to warmly congratulate you on this wonderful occasion, marking your contribution of 40 years in public life. It's a significant achievement to have been elected to serve as a public rep in so many elections, 9 over the years in each county council. Your dedication to public service, commitment to your people and integrity is recognised by those you serve. Thank you for your immense work on behalf of the party. I really appreciate everything you have done for us over the years. Another quick letter is from Sean Dorgan, who acts as the Secretary General. Dear Seamus, as a long-standing member and supporter of Fianna Fáil, I'd like to thank you for and acknowledge your contribution over the years. In this regard, I want to wish you well at your celebrations here tonight for your incredible 40 years of uninterrupted service in each county council. This is a tremendous achievement and a great honour to you and your family. I want to wish you well and hope that you continue to serve for years to come. So on that note, it's my pleasure now to call on Daniel McAvoy to say a few words. And Daniel will make the presentation on behalf of his own company. Take your time now. What you get that to do?
Well, the first thing I want to do here is... The first thing I want to do here is, Seamus, I want to thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for everything you've done from a local level and your dedication to the parish and the area as a whole for 40 years.
Not being heard.
Now
we are.
No. And I want to...
Take your time.
And just on behalf of myself and like the reason I entered as over a member and into politics and all that was the reason I entered, and I want to thank you for all that, and thank you on behalf of everybody and on behalf of the Rosenana's Common. I'm going to present you now with this gift here, and that'll acknowledge all your hard work and dedication, and you're a gentleman and always was a personal friend, and couldn't have any better.
Here.
Okay, so now we have the presentation. Seamus. Okay, Barry. I'm going to get Terry there to get that Brian Cowan. Now you're going to make that presentation. Seamus, come on.
It's okay.
Get your
Presentation. No, Seamus, I'm going to present you with your presentation here now. Here's that. In the middle, Seamus. Okay. You go over here, get the photograph. All right. Sorry, Will. No, you're right there.
Hey, lads.
Okay, boys, watch the camera.
Here. Hey!
All right, boys, we give you a big round of applause there.
One more. Over here, Brian. Over here. Smiles all around Maloney. Big smile, Maloney.
Got it.
Happy occasion. No, you're right.
Okay, folks, I'm about to call on Seamus. Folks, we're just about there. So before we do, I want to say a few, and I want to welcome Caroline to one as well, Stanley. I didn't see you down there, Caroline, okay? Okay, folks, the last speaker is on in a minute, so give us a minute on this one, okay? So on behalf of Seamus, I want to thank everybody who's come here this evening, and I want to acknowledge the very fact that over the years, the success that Seamus has had can be put down to his late wife Patsy, his own family, his brother Dominic and Margaret, his late father, Jim MacDonald, and his mother. We all remember them so well, as being so involved over the years with Seamus's campaign. So I'm not going to go into a long-winded speech. I warned everybody else not to do it, so I won't do it myself. But I just want to bring back one memory, please, just for a minute. So back in 81, I was quoted in the council. The following election was 85. And I remember going out to Cllr Hall in April of 1985, when the late Joe Wisely leapt up to say, we're putting up a candidate in Rosenallis. Now I advised back that there was already a candidate in Connolly, there was a candidate in Cameras, a candidate in Ballyfin, there was a late Oliver Flanagan in Mount Fenwick, and myself. And Mick Delaney, another trooper, God rest all of these people. Mick Delaney of Drummond said, a very religious man said, well, if you're putting up John Paul II, that's all they want to us, that we're putting up McDonald's. And as the night wore on and to discuss the possibilities, and we're not big at figures in this game, but a lot of people went on to say could win a seat. And the final award went to Joe Wisely when he said, for anyone who's doubting the fact that this guy's going to win a seat, I'm inviting you all that night to come to Drummond Cross for a bonfire. And I'm looking around here tonight and I'm thinking of all of the people who were there that night. And sadly to say, I'm always remembering the people who unfortunately are not here tonight. So with all of that, I'm going to pass over to Seamus. And, you know, people have often mused over a few drinks as to what he puts his success down to. Well, you can work that out for years, you'll never find that one out. The only you can say is, when out canvassing with him, time means nothing. And that given guff means less. The very fact that he has the ability to take on criticism and pretend he never heard it, well, that's the real one. And to be able to meet the same character in a pub the next day as if it never happened. His ability to remember names is well known throughout the area. Now, I've noticed the presents that have come in, and I suppose people have to show respect to Councillor MacDonald. I'm only surprised there's not a new phone there, but maybe that might come with Santa Claus, I don't know. But the same phone has guided this man for the last since when mobile phones came in. And the very fact that he has served for so long, uninterrupted, I think, what more can I say, Brian Condit, that summed up. So, I'm going to finish up now and ask you all, and I want to see Margaret MacDonald there, which welcome her as well. And I want to say, let everyone raise the roof now, as we welcome Seamus MacDonald to say a few words.
Thank you very much, John. Got here like Village County Council, deputies, senators, fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here tonight, and I'm also overwhelmed by the great response I have got. And first of all, I want to thank John Maloney and Daniel McAvoy for organising all this tonight. A lot of work went into it over the last few weeks. I'm delighted to see former Taoiseach here, Brian Cowan, also elected veteran Barry Cowan MEP, Willie Aird, and as Willie said, Willie and I were elected to council on the same day, June 1985. And we never had a row in the council, we got on great together and we got things done. And over the 40 years is quite a while, but over the 40 years, we've seen great progress take place in the county of Laois. Laois now is one of the better counties in Ireland, due to the hard work of the council, the manager, and all the TDs. I think it's a great county and I'm very proud to be a Laois man. I'd also like to welcome here tonight Ger Highland, chairman of the Road Hauliers Association, who is doing great work representing the hauliers of Ireland. I'm not going to stay too long because there has been a lot of speeches. There's people here from all parts of Laois and Offaly. And once again, I want to say a very welcome to all of you. And well, as you know, there's not much else left to say, really. As nearly all said. But I want to thank everyone for the kind remarks again, and happy and enjoyable day. Thank you.
So I'm going to call on Niamh McAvoy. Niamh has, as to say, she has baked the cake. And we're going to bring that forward here now. Not to eat tonight, but just to look at it.
Give me a second. Just hang on there for 1 minute.
Well done, well done, well done. Top class. Well done, Niamh. Well done, Niamh.
We get a bit more.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Right, folks, this is for Seamus down there. Congratulations and celebrations. When I tell everyone that you're as happy as can be.
Well done, Niamh.
Congratulations and tribulations. You want the world to know you're happy as can be. You want the world to know you're happy as can be. Give him a couple of cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
Thanks, folks.